When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious
That's what. Hello, welcome to the big One World virtual quiz coming to you live here, Friday the 16th of October, all the way from the Harbourside Studios here in Warren Point, County Down. Glad you could all make it here this evening. Part of the One World Festival. Tonight is a general knowledge quiz which will be testing you on a wide range of subjects. Everything from... Can you hear me now? Oh yeah, that's better. Yes, we're going to be testing you on a wide range of subjects. Everything from general knowledge. Yes, having a couple of little gremlins with the old voice here. But anyway, yes, coming to you live here from Warren Point, Harbourside Studios. So, tonight, you're wondering, how do you play this quiz? Well, very, very simply. If you're watching on YouTube, all you have to do is scan this QR code, very, very straightforward, with your phone, and that should open the link, the Google link, for the answer sheet. So all you have to do is scan that code. I'll give you a couple of seconds to do that. Otherwise, the link to play is in the description below. Very, very straightforward. So like I said, you can play as part of a team or individually. All you have to do is open up the Google link, pop in your email address, answer the questions as I read them out. 8 rounds, 6 questions each. There's only one correct answer per question. Once the quiz has finished, all you have to do is hit submit. You'll get your scores at the end, but do stick about to see the answers for the quiz. Recommended, like I said before, if you stream the quiz on a laptop or television, play using your phone. All I can say is good luck and no cheating. Not that you would be doing that anyway. You can play the Big Nerd Pub Quiz every Sunday at 8 p.m. live on HarboursideVideo.com. I do this quiz once a week. Now that we're going kind of into another period of lockdown, I might do it twice a week now, so do watch this space. Yes, and like I said, the One World Festival continuing this week. Tomorrow is International Day for the Eradication of Poverty. And on Sunday, it's Anti-Slavery Day. There's fantastic events, all for free, if you check them out on oneworldfestivalni.com. Yes, thought I'd throw that in there. If you want to shout out at any point during the quiz, do get in touch with us on all the different social media channels. Big Nerd Pub Quiz on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And over the last couple of months during the lockdown, was doing loads and loads of was doing a lot of different types of quizzes. So if you're into anything, Larry, did you see, like, we've done Harry Potter quizzes, Star Trek quizzes, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, football, you name it, we've done it. But if you want to check those out, they're all on the site, youtube.com/BigNerdPubQuiz. And yes, you can hire the quiz itself. It's a perfect activity for social distancing. Loads of offices are booking me up for their Christmas parties at the moment. It's very, very affordable and easy to set up, and it's customizable with questions and graphics to tailor your event. If you want more information on that, give us an email, bignerdpubquiz@gmail.com. All right, so yes, I hope you're all having a really, really good Friday night. Like I said before, I'm Mark Hughes. Big thanks to the One World guys for hiring me for this gig tonight. Really, really do appreciate it. You probably would have heard of us on the BBC last night as well, chatting about general quizzing and stuff like that. But yes, thank you so much to the One World guys for having me. Okay, so hope you are all ready. You've got your quiz sheets all set up. Remember, I'll be going through each round once. I'll be reading out the questions at least twice, then rereading them out at the very end of each round. We'll fire on through 8 rounds, and then at the very end, all you have to do is hit submit and you'll get your scores. But do stick about for the answers to see how you've done. Do get in touch with all the different social media channels here. Let me know how you're getting on. And let's get kicked off. Okay, so here we go, round 1. And what better way to start off a virtual pub quiz than with a bit of general knowledge. Alright, so like I said before, 6 questions, all very about basic general knowledge stuff. Let's see how you get on. Nice and easy one to start yourself with. So round 1, question number 1. Good luck out there. Suncrisp, Golden Russet, and Braeburn are all varieties of which fruit? Nice easy one to start off with, I hope. So yes, round 1, question number 1. You've got 4 options on your answer sheet. Hope they're not too, worst comes to worst, like I said, all you have to do is guess. So round 1, question 1, Suncrisp, Golden Russet, and Braeburn are all varieties of which fruit? Round 1, question 2, let's see who's been paying attention in chemistry class. PB is the symbol of which chemical element? Now you can see there I've put up a blank periodic table. So no, staring at the screen won't be able to help you, but maybe the scientist in the house might know this one. Any young budding scientists out there doing their GCSE chemistry might be able to pick this one up. But here, round 1, question 2. PB is the chemical symbol for which element? Round 1, question 3. One for all you telly addicts out there, but how many episodes of the UK version of The Office were made? This is between 2001, 2003, with the Christmas special in 2004. But in total, how many episodes of The Office were made? So round 1, question 3. It's the one that started it all. Ricky Gervais, Mackenzie Crook. Fantastic TV show. I think it's all up on Netflix at the moment, so yes, maybe you'll be binging it in the next couple of days. But yes, how many episodes of the UK version of The Office were made? Like I said, if you don't know it, you can always give it a guess. Round 1, question 4. On the London Underground map, the colour black denotes which tube line? So round 1, question 4. I know many of you might have gotten a little bit lost on the giant underground network. But interestingly enough, most of it is actually above ground. So over 50% of it is actually overground. But yes, on the London Underground map, the colour black denotes which tube line? yes, round 1, question 4. An easy one for me. I lived in London for 10 years, so... Anyway, next one. Kind of a tricky one, this. Again, round 1, question 5. Who succeeded Henry II as King of England? Again, it's one of these ones... You will notice the questions get harder and harder as we go through them. First 2 were always kind of easy. Second 2, kind of middling. Last 2, a little bit more difficult. But round 1, question 5. Who succeeded Henry II as King of England? And finally, for all you snooker addicts out there, round 1, question 6. In snooker, what ball comes after red in the order of potting? So we're talking here about after all the reds have been potted, which ball comes next? Okay, so round 1, question 6. You might need to recall the Chaz and Dave classic snooker loopy to remind you. But round 1, question 6. In snooker, what ball comes after red in the order of potting? And like I said, going through those one more time. So round 1, question 1, Suncrisp, Golden Russet and Braeburn are varieties of which fruit? 2, PB is the symbol of which chemical element? 3, how many episodes of the UK version of The Office were made? 4, on the London Underground map, the colour black denotes which tube line? 5, who succeeded Henry II as King of England? And 6, in snooker, what ball comes after red in the order of potting? Alright, 1 down, 7 to go. Hope you're all enjoying it so far. Like I said, once you finish with round, all you do is press next. You move on to the next round. Don't forget to put in your email address to advance forward. And if you want to get in touch with me at any point during the quiz, by all means, do drop us a line. Best way to get me is either by Facebook or Instagram. Yeah, drop us a line at us. Twitter, I don't really use that much. But yes, do give us a follow on all those different social media channels. BigNerdPubQuiz on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Okay, so here, like I said before, 12 minutes past 8. Quiz will roughly last an hour. We'll be finished by 9. So here we go. Next round is movies. Yes, this one's a little bit of a different one. I've themed this one bad translations. Now, what does that mean? I'm going to give you 6 titles of some very famous movies, but they're translations from abroad. All you have to do is figure out which movie it is in English. Okay? Don't worry, I'm going to show you the anglicized versions of what they are. You'll understand what I mean when you see it. Alright, so here we go. 6 famous movie titles, okay? Or 6 famous movies, but Alex, you'll understand when you see it. So here we go. Round 2, question 1. So this is the Italian title for a movie, an American movie called If You Leave Me, I Delete You. So the clue might be in the plot of the movie. It could be something completely different. They might have just completely mistranslated it. I'll give you an example. I think for Dr. No, the James Bond movie, in Japan, they translated it as We Have No Doctors, which that's not what the movie's about. But round 2, question 1. If you leave me, I delete you. So that's the anglicized Italian title of which famous film? Round 2, question number 1. Remember, like I said, the clue might be in the title connected to the plot. So round 2, question 2. The Unbelievable Trip in a Wacky Aeroplane. That's the German title for which film? So again, you might not know this straight off the bat, but it's always worth an educated guess. Okay, so yes, round 2, question 2. The Unbelievable Trip in a Wacky Aeroplane. German title. Okay, round 2, question 2. We did have a movie quiz sponsored by the guys at Banterflex, who you might know from NVTV. And yes, for that round they actually showed the posters, which was pretty obvious. Give you way more clues. For this one, I've got rid of the posters, just the titles, just the foreign language titles. But yes, round 2, question 2, the unbelievable trip in a wacky airplane. Here's the third one, round 2, question 3. His powerful device makes him famous, and that's the Chinese title of which of these movies? I guess they didn't have the... Really hard to describe this one. But yes, round 2, question 3. All I'm going to say for the clue for this one, the answer will surprise you, I think. So round 2, question 3. His powerful device makes him famous. It's the Chinese title of which very well-known film? Round 2, question 4. This is the Spanish language title for the movie The Crystal Jungle. And again, it kind of describes what happens in the movie, but not really about... Again, you know, it makes more sense when there's no kind of real direct Spanish translation for the turn of phrase of the title of this movie in English. But yes, in Spain and in Spanish language countries, this was The Crystal Jungle. And all the other sequels were called The Crystal Jungle 2, Crystal Jungle 3, even though the sequels have nothing to do with what I'm talking about. It'll all be revealed in the answers. But round 2, question 4, The Crystal Jungle. Moving on to the next one. Round 2, question 5. I think this is more of a spoiler than an actual movie title, but He's a Ghost. It's the Chinese title for which film? Again, let's consider what a massive spoiler this would be if this was the actual title of the movie. Alright, so round 2, question 5. He's a Ghost. That's that one, and the final one for this rather wacky, rather absurd movie trivia questions. Sexy dance. Round 2, question 6. Sounds like something Borat would say, but sexy dance in France. So that's the French language title for which American film? Round 2, question 6. Again, the answer might surprise you. But anyway, round 2, question 6, a sexy dance. And there is your roundup of movie questions. If you leave me, I delete you. Number 2, the unbelievable trip in a wacky airplane. 3, his powerful device makes him famous. 4, the Crystal Jungle. 5, he's a ghost. And 6, sexy dance. So before we move on, like I said, bear in mind the clue, the plot of the film might be hidden in the title here. Alright, so that's your movie one done. I hope that wasn't too weird for you, but like I said, these questions I always try to make them as varied as I can. If it was all easy, then the quiz would be boring, and I hope it's got the cogs firing away. Anyway, like I said before, Big Nerd Pub Quiz is a venture that I started just before lockdown, and it's been going from strength to strength. Like I said, at one point I was doing up to 4 quizzes a week. Now I'm down to 1, but now that we've gone back into a lockdown, I'm probably going to ramp them back up again. Might do 2 to get everyone. So if you're enjoying the quiz, if you're liking the questions, if you have any ideas or any feedback, by all means do get in touch. Don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, let's move on to the next round. So round 3, it's a music round, and it's all about stage names. So I'm going to give you 6 real names of some very famous musicians. All you have to do is figure out what is their better known stage name. So, for example, Reginald Dwight is, as we all know, Elton John. Who's Cliff Richard again? Harry Webb is Cliff Richard. But you know what I'm talking about. So that sort of thing. Anyway, here we go. 6 of them. Those aren't in there, by the way. I'm not giving you any spoilers, but here we go. 6 questions all about stage names. Like I said before, the name might be in there to give you a clue. So here's your first one: Stefani Joanne Angelina Germanotta. This is round 3, question number 1, and that's the real name of which well-known performer? So round 3, question 1: Stefani Joanne Angelina Germanotta. So it's round 3, question number 1. If you got any big music fans in the house, they might be able to help you out with this one. So, round 3, question number 1. Stefani, Joanne, Angelina, Germanotta. Alright. Round 3, question 2. Marvin, Lee, Ade. So, round 3, question 2. Marvin, Lee, Ade. Just do bear in mind, when using the Google form, do not hit refresh on your browser because you will lose all your answers. Just a heads up, alright? But yes, round 3, question 2. Marvin Lee Ade is which rather well-known performer? Round 3, question 2. Round 3, question number 3. Alicia Beth Moore is the stage name of which artist? Alicia Beth Moore. Again, clue could be in there in terms of the name. If something's kind of sticking out, maybe she expanded it, maybe she contracted it, maybe it's something completely different altogether. But round 3, question number 3. Alicia Beth Moore is the real name of which well-known performer? Round 3, question 4. Georgios Kyriakos Panayiotou. I think that's right. My Greek is a little bit rusty, but Georgios Kyriakos Panayiotou is the real name of which rather well-known artist? Again, if you look at the 4 options there, they might actually give you a little bit of a clue about who it might be. And again, like I said before, there could be a clue in there about the name. Alright, so round 3, question 4. Georgios Kyriakos Panayiotou. This one should be an easy one. I think this is a little bit closer to home for us here. But yes, round 3, question 5. Paul David Hewson. So Paul David Hewson. That, again, like I said before, a little bit closer to home, this one. Paul David Hewson is the real name of which well-known artist? And like I said, clue in there is a little bit close to home, this one. So round 3, question 5. And your final one for this evening, your final stage name, Ella Maria Lani Yelach O'Connor. So Ella Maria Lani Yelach O'Connor is the stage name of which or is the real name of which well-known performer? So that's round 3, question 6. All right, these are pretty tough. I'm not gonna lie. My quizzes are not easy, but I always find them the challenging, the better. Anyway, there's your music roundup. Round 3, question 1. Stefani, Joanne, Angelina, Germanotta. 2. Marvin Lee Ade. 3. Alicia Beth Moore. 4. Georgios Kyriakos Panayiotou. 5. Paul David Hewson. And 6. Ella Maria Lani Yelach O'Connor. Give you a couple of seconds to mull over those before we move on to our next round. Just checking the old phone here, see if there's any texts or any shoutouts. So like I said, if you want any shoutouts done at any point during the quiz, do let me know. On all the different social media channels there. Do give us a follow. Always great to hear from you. And always love to see how yours are getting on and which questions you are enjoying. So do stay in touch. So here we go. Moving on to the next round. And given what's happening in the news, round 4 is history and politics. And this one I've decided to theme around American elections. Yes, we're in election season right now at the moment in America. It's very heated. It's very bizarre. It's quite unlike anything we've seen before. But yes, we are doing history and politics and American election special. Here are some questions all about elections of yesteryear. Let's see how you get on with this. So round 4, question number 1. Which 2 US election candidates were the first to appear on a live television debate? So that's round 4, question 1. As we know, Joe and Donald were going at each other a couple of weeks ago. Donald took sick. And then wouldn't do it. They wouldn't tune in. But yes, round 4, question 1. Which 2 election candidates were the first to appear on a live television broadcast? They actually say that this was when it was first done, that one of the candidates actually sounded better on radio, but the one on TV looked better and actually won the election. Round 4, question 2, all the way back to 1992 with this one. But what song by Fleetwood Mac did Bill Clinton use in his 1992 presidential campaign, in which he defeated the sitting president, George Herbert Walker Bush? So round 4, question number 2. And it's very rare that this actually happens, that a sitting president gets ousted. It's only happened twice recently. Jimmy Carter being one, defeated by Ronald Reagan, and Bill Clinton defeating Daddy Bush. But yes, he famously used a Fleetwood Mac song in his presidential campaign in 1992. Make sure they took it with Al Gore. What song was that? Round 4, question 2. What song by Fleetwood Mac did Bill Clinton use in his 92 presidential campaign? Round 4, question 3. Cast your mind back to 2012. But who did Barack Obama defeat in his second presidential election in 2012? Round 4, question 3. So yeah, I have to cast your mind back for this one. But who did Barack Obama defeat in his second presidential election? Not his first in 2008, but his second one in 2012. It's round 4, question 3. Round 4, question 4. Who was the first ever female candidate to run for vice president? So round 4, question 4. Yes, the tickets, as we know, as the election campaigns are known as, have all been very predominantly male over the years. This year being an exception, we have Kamala Harris running with Joe Biden. But who was the first ever female to run for vice president? It's round 4, question 4. Tricky one, that one. Round 4, question 4. Yes, round 4, question number 5. Who was the oldest ever president elected to the White House? The youngest ever elected was President John F. Kennedy, all the way back in 1960. First, the youngest president to take over the role was Teddy Roosevelt. He actually only became president after the death of President McKinley in 1901. But yes, who was the oldest ever president elected to the White House? Round 4, question number 5. And finally, round 4, question 6. In which US state did the contentious vote recount take place in the 2000 election race between George W. Bush and Al Gore? So this was a very, very controversial election in that various news outlets were calling this particular state for Al Gore and then reversed it. And then there was a whole thing about voting booths but yes, I remember following that one very, very closely as a politics student all the way back when I was at school. But yes, in which US state did the contentious vote recount take place in the 2000 election race between George W. Bush and Al Gore? There's your roundup there of history and politics questions, all themed around the American election. But yes, in which 2 US election candidates were the first to appear on a live television debate. 2, which song by Fleetwood Mac did Bill Clinton use in his 1992 presidential campaign? 3, who did Barack Obama defeat in his second presidential election in 2012? 4, who was the first ever female candidate to run for vice president? 5, who was the oldest ever president elected to the White House? And 6, in which US state did the contentious vote recount take place in the 2000 election race between George W. Bush and Al Gore? Yes, the American election now only a couple of weeks away, Be very interesting to see what happens. But yes, it's probably the craziest election we've ever seen. But yes, I hope you're all enjoying it. Big shout out to Therese, who's texted in saying, I'm in isolation for 2 weeks, and so far I only felt right playing myself along. I'm all on my own tonight, so hopefully I can do my Promley Pro. So really, really good to hear from you, and I hope you're well. I hope you're staying safe. I know it's a bit of a mad old time to be knocking about, but yes, good to hear from everyone. Big thanks to Corinne and Lucy for hooking me up with the gig. Really, really appreciate that. Like I said before, if you are enjoying it, don't be afraid to do get in touch. If you want to use the Big Nerd Pub Quiz for any of your own private events, by all means do hit me up. And like I said, I'm on every Sunday at 8 p.m. on harborsideradio.com. It's a brand new community radio station here in Warren Point, County Down, aka the South Down Riviera, as I like to call it. Anyway, we're moving on to the next round. Now, like I said before in my interview last night in the BBC, this is a round either everybody loves or they hate. And if you've been playing my quiz, you always know that round number 5 is always the sports round. Alright, okay, I know I could hear a big collective groan, but you know what? Sports, they're important. I'm a big sports fan. But this is an interesting one. This round is all about particular football leagues. I'm going to give you the names of 6 different football teams, professional soccer teams. All you have to do is figure out which league are they currently playing in as of the 2020-2021 season. So here we go, round 5, question number 1. FC Fulham, or Fulham FC. All the way down there in Hammersmith in the beautiful Craven Cottage football stadium right beside the Thames. Round 5, question number 1. In which league do Fulham play their football? So it's round 5, question 1. Fulham. It's one of those ones you may or may not know. Did they go up this season? Did they go down? But yes, which league do Fulham play their Premier League football? So you can see their crowd behind them. Round 5, question 2. Bolton Wanderers. Maybe if you squint and look at the TV, you look at the arm patch on the players, you'll be able to figure it out. Round 5, question 2. Bolton Wanderers. Once in the Premiership, I will give you that clue. But where are they now in the league system? So yeah, start all the way up. The Premiership, Championship, League 1, League 2, Conference. You know how it goes. I'm a West Ham fan, so it's one of those things. I just pray we stay up every year. It's not about even getting into Europe. Right, here we go. Round 5, question 2. Bolton Wanderers. Which league do they play in? Go north of the border above England. Scottish team here. Hearts of Midlothian. Round 5, question 3. Heart of Midlothian, or just Hearts. Which league do they play their football in? Round 5, question 3. One of the big Edinburgh teams. They play in maroon. The other big Edinburgh team, of course, is Hibernian, or Hibs. So the Hibs Hearts derby, the Edinburgh firm. It's round 5, question 3. But which league do Hearts play their football in as of this season? Going back down south, going another London team here, round 5, question 4. Queen's Park Rangers, who obviously play their football in Loftus Road. Not a bad wee stadium, that, I have to say. Bit of a shed, but it's old school, I like it. QPR, which tier of the football system do they play their football? Like I said before, if you don't know, give it a guess. Try to figure it out. You could work it out based on where you think they might be. Round 5, question 4. QPR, Loftus Road in West London, another West London club. So round 5, question 4. QPR. Round 5, question 5. One of the biggest clubs in Italy. Juventus. We've got Ronaldo playing for them. But what's the name of the league they play in? I've mixed it up there. I've thrown a couple of leagues in there too. But what is the name of the league that they play their football in? Round 5, question 5. getting any of the sports fans in the house, you'd be tugging at their shirts. But yes, round 5, question 5. Juventus. What's the name of their league which they play their football? Finally, thought this was a tricky one. BSC, Young Boys. It's round 5, question 6. There they are pointing at their Champions League badges. First of all, you gotta work out which country these guys play in. And if you can work that out, you can probably work out which league they do play in. But yes, round 5, question 6. BSC Young Boys. Interestingly, Juventus is an Italian translation for the youth. So yeah, this is kind of like just an English version of, you know, young lads as well. Anyway, there you are. Round 5, question 6. BSC Young Boys. You do see them in the Champions League now and again. There's your roundup there. I hope that wasn't too painful. But yes, Fulham, Bolton, Hearts, Queen's Park Rangers, Juve, and Young Boys. 6 sports questions there. Hope that wasn't too difficult. Now, that's it. We're done with the sports round. I know, breathe a sigh of relief. You may have just guessed and wung it all the way through. But yes, breathe a sigh of relief. There's no more sports questions coming up, I think. I hope. I don't think there is. Anyway. Gonna move on to the next round. Anyway, here we go. Round 5, or round 6. Everyone's favorite subject at school, it's geography. And this one's all about capital cities. No, I'm not going to be listing different countries. These are all little factoids about different capital cities. Let's see how much you know about the world around you. So here we go. Round 6, all about capital cities. But yes, round 6, question number 1. How many capital cities does the river Danube flow through? It'll actually surprise you, but yes, the Danube, major European river, source of inspiration for many a waltz. But how many capital cities does this river flow through? It's round 6, question 1. Maybe you've visited a few of these countries on interrailing, perhaps. I know I have. In fact, there's one I haven't been to. I don't want to give it away, but all you have to do, I will tell you which they are. There's no bonus points for telling me which cities they are. It's definitely one, because you're looking at the Hungarian parliament there. That is Budapest. Round 6, question 1. But how many capital cities does the river Danube flow through? I will tell you after this. Round 6, question 2. An interesting one here. But which country recently moved its capital from Rangoon to Nay Pyi Taw in 2006? It's round 6, question number 2. Yeah, it's not not a strange thing for countries to do this. Countries like Brazil and Australia have moved their capital cities to purpose-built capital states. Even America had done it as well. Washington, D.C. is a planned city. But yes, which country recently moved its capital from Rangoon to Nay Pyi Taw in 2006? It's a Southeast Asian country. Maybe you've been there. But from what I hear, it's a pretty deserted city and there's not much really there. Given the fact that they moved away from their bustling metropolis that was the original capital. Round 6, question 2. Round 6, question 3. What is the northernmost capital city? Alright, seems straightforward enough, but yeah, do work it out. There's 4 options there in your answer sheet. Maybe you'll be able to work it out. If you're one of these people who loves staring at maps, I do. Absolutely obsessed with it. Round 6, question 3. What is the northernmost capital city in the world? It's round 6, question 3. And if you're going to work this one out, I'm going to follow it up with round 6, question 4. What is the southernmost capital city? Again, it's just a logical guess, I think, with this one. But round 6, question 4. What is the southernmost capital city in the world? Alright. So, like I said, I think just a spoonful of logic here will make it help out with this one. Here's an interesting one. I've actually only recently learned this, but which Asian country is looking to move its capital as well to a place called Sejong by 2030? So which Asian country is looking to move its capital city to a place called Zhejiang in 2030, and they've already started building it, from what I've read, and they're moving a lot of the government departments to kind of decentralize from this one particular region and bring everything into the middle of the country. But yes, round 6, question 5. Which Asian country is looking to move its capital city to a place called Zhejiang in 2030? And the final question tonight, the final geography question, all about capital cities. And yes, this is kind of like a closer to home, this one, but which city is the ecclesiastical capital of Ireland? I'll give you a clue, it has 2 cathedrals in it. There we go. So round 6, question 6. Which city is the ecclesiastical capital, or is considered to be the ecclesiastical capital of Ireland? Interesting fun fact, I think it's the only city in Europe without a train station. This goes to show you the useless rubbish infrastructure in this country. But there you go, round 6, question 6. Which city is the ecclesiastical capital of Ireland? And there's your roundup of geography quiz questions. So how many capital cities does the river Danube flow through? To which country recently moved its capital from Rangoon to Naypyidaw in 2006? 3. What's the northernmost capital city? 4. What's the southernmost capital city? 5. Which Asian country is looking to move its capital city to Zhejiang in 2030 or by 2030? And 6. What city is considered to be the ecclesiastical capital of Ireland? I got another little shout out here. Marky and the Fab Five from East Belfast want a wee shout out here tonight, and that's from Lucy. Thanks for texting in. Like I said, if you want to shout out at any point during the quiz, do leave a comment on my Twitter feed. Just look us up, hashtag BigNerdPubQuiz, Insta and Facebook. And like I said, tons of stuff going on as part of the One World Festival. Still to go. Tomorrow is International Day for the Eradication of Poverty, and Sunday, the 18th of October, is Anti-Slavery Day. Tons of events, talks, and screenings, all on this virtual festival on oneworldfestivalni.com. So do check that out. Okay, so here we go. We're coming on to the penultimate round of the quiz, and this one is all about the arts. So yes, round 7, question 1. We're going to just launch straight into it. Yes, round 7, question 1. Which art movement was characterized by its iconic use or ironic use of imagery from advertisement, comic books, Hollywood, or kitschy low-end art? It's the kind of stuff I'm into, really. But round 7, question 1. Like some Liechtenstein and Andy Warhol. Yes, round 7, question 1. Which art movement was characterized by its ironic use of popular imagery from advertising, comic books, Hollywood, kitschy, low art? It's round 7, question 1. Round 7, question 2. The Michelangelo statue at the Galleria dell'Accademia in Florence stands 17 feet high and depicts which biblical hero? So yes, round 7, question 2. It's a nice gallery, though it's the only thing you really go to see in it. If you're ever in Florence, do go to the Uffizi Gallery. It's got a lot more paint. It's a bigger collection. It's totally worth visiting. But yes, do go early. Remember getting in early to see it. Super early in the morning, beat all the queues. Go in, see the statue, admire it. But what am I talking about? The Michelangelo statue at the Galleria dell'Accademia in Florence stands 17 feet high and depicts which biblical hero? This is round 7, question 2. Round 7, question 3. Which American artist is known for her paintings of desert flora and was credited for developing a working feminist iconography? It's round 7, question 3. Considered to be one of the American greats of the 20th century. Round 7, question 3. Which American artist is known for her paintings of desert flora and was credited for developing a working feminist iconography? Round 7, question 4. What nationality was Edvard Munch, the expressionist artist behind the famous Scream painting? So round 7, question 4. I believe it was painted around about 1884. I'm just gonna look this up actually. It's the screen. If I'm right about this, I could be wrong. 1893. Okay, a little bit off. But there's a bit of a there's a link about this painting. Apparently, it was painted around the same time a giant volcano erupted in Krakatoa, and those strange reds that you see, tinted sunset skies. And a lot of people think that's a result of the ash. You see that on a lot of different paintings. But yes, round 7, question 4. What nationality was Edvard Munch, the expressionist artist behind the famous Scream painting? Do look and read into it, it's actually quite fascinating. Round 7, question 5, more modern art here, but what was the name of the Dutch abstract artist famed for using geometric shapes and primary colours in his work? There's a bit of an example of it there, but round 7, question 5. So what was the name of the Dutch abstract artist? It was famed for using geometric shapes and primary colours in his work. And finally, now I was going to show the painting, but then I thought that would be a giveaway, but I will show it later on. But how many people are pictured in the famous work Nighthawks by Edward Hopper? Okay, you know the painting I'm talking about. It's a famous painting, much lampooned. It's the one with the gallery in it. It's basically, it's like the person standing outside, they're looking in. But how many people are pictured in the famous work Nighthawks by Edward Hopper? That's round 7, question number 6. I will show the painting at the end, so you know I'm not making it up, okay? But here we go. There's your roundup of art questions. So round 7, question 1. Which art movement was characterized by its ironic use of popular imagery from advertisement, comic books, Hollywood, and kitschy low-end art? 2. The Michelangelo statue at the Galleria d'Accademia in Florence stands 17 feet high and depicts which biblical hero? 3. Which American artist is known for her paintings of desert flora and was credited with developing a working feminist iconography? I'll give an example there in the picture. 4. What nationality was Edvard Munch, the expressionist artist behind the famous Scream? 5. What was the name of the Dutch abstract artist famed for using geometric shapes and primary colours? And 6. How many people are pictured in the famous work Nighthawks by Edward Hopper? And I believe that painting is actually in the Chicago Museum of Art. So yes, if you're ever in Chicago town, do go and look at it. It's worth a seeing. Alright, so we're coming up to the final round of tonight's quiz. It's been a challenging one, I think. You know, it's one to really, really test your knowledge of a vast range of subjects. And I believe this one will be the killer one, to really get the brain going. I am talking, of course, round 8, name that dinosaur. Yes, round 8 is a picture round. I'm going to show you 6 pictures of very, very famous dinosaurs. All you have to do is try to figure out which one it is. So anybody in paleontologists out there or Jurassic Park fans, you should get this one. You should all find this one very, very easy. I've tried to pick the 6 most well-known ones for this. So if you've lost some questions in previous rounds, you will be able to make them up with the next 6 here. Like I said before, don't forget, once you finish the quiz, all you have to do is press submit and you'll get your answers straight away. But do stick about when I will reveal the answers before the end of tonight's live stream. So here we go, round 8, question number 1. So name that dinosaur. You know that one, if you're happy and you know it, clap your... Oh, can't really do that, can he? Round 8, question 1. Name that particular dinosaur. Very, very famous one. Nice easy one to start you off with. Round 8, question number 1. Name that dinosaur. It's always it's a rather easy one, I think, but it's pretty obvious. Kind of one of the big stars of Jurassic Park. I think all these dinosaurs have been in Jurassic Park, so don't worry, I'm not going to give you any curveballs. Round 8, question 2. This one with like sails on its back and a big pointed tail. What type of dinosaur is this? It's round 8, question 2. Name this particular dinosaur. Moving on, round 8 question. Oh, dropped my bottle there. Round 8 question 3. I think this one is pretty obvious given the fact that it is a dinosaur with 3 of something, and if you take the Latin for 3 and add it to this particular dinosaur, you'll be able to work it out. I think this is a favorite of many out there. So yes, round 8 question 3. What type of dinosaur is this? Round 8 question 4. This is more of an approximation of what this dinosaur actually looked like, but then again, we don't really know. This could have had feathers. It's considered to be the bad guy in Jurassic Park 1 and 2. But yes, round 8 question 4. What type of dinosaur is this? And again, the ones in Jurassic Park were actually like way bigger than the real ones. They're actually a lot smaller in actuality. Round 8 question number 4. Round 8 question 5. Name this dinosaur. So what type of dinosaur is this? I think it's got a couple of different names, but I'm going with the one I know it as. You'll see it in your answer sheet. It's penultimate question of tonight. Like I said before, don't forget, once you hit submit on the very final one, you'll get your scores, but do stick about for the end. You'll get the right answers. So here we go, round 8, question 6, final one tonight. Now, this one is a little bit of a tricky one. Round 8, question 6. It is in Jurassic Park. It's the one with the big fins that goes, and it's the one, it eats Newman from Seinfeld. You know, Dennis Nedry in the car. And it's got a big, but again, they don't really know whether it had this thing or not. But it is the name of this dinosaur. If you can name that dinosaur, I'll be very impressed. Round 8, question 6. Name this particular dinosaur. I'll go through those one more time. There's number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. And finally, number 6. All right, that is it from a Big Nerd Pub Quiz, or like Big One World Virtual Quiz. Thank you so much for taking part tonight. Let me know how you got on. Do text me your scores. I'll shout them out at some point on all the different social media channels here in the corner. Once more, again, big thank you to the guys for getting me involved with this. Absolute pleasure to take part in tonight's virtual festivities. I was planning to actually start doing these live in various bars up and down the country, but now that that lockdown has come back, that's not going to be happening again. But I will possibly be doing them more often now. Like I said, Big Nerd Pub Quiz is now on every Sunday at 8 p.m. live at harborsideradio.com. If you have enjoyed it, by all means, do get in touch. And if you want to hire the Big Nerd Pub Quiz for your big Christmas parties or any big socially distanced events over the next couple of months, by all means, hit me up. BigNerdPubQuiz@gmail.com is my email. Looking forward to hearing from you. I've already gotten bookings for Christmas parties, so yes, don't miss out. Very affordable. I offer bespoke packages and graphics for all quizzes and all shapes and sizes, so yes, by all means, do let me know. And like I said before, this quiz is completely and it's always free to play. I always do appreciate everyone who does donate to my Patreon and PayPal. Do look it up. The details will be up on the screen at the very end. Like I said, I always want to make these quizzes completely free. But if you do, consider donating the price of a pint or a cup of coffee. My Patreon and PayPal details are down here. Anyway, time now is 5 minutes to 9. Let's see how you got on tonight. Here we go. So, here are your answers for tonight's quiz. Yes, the apples was the first answer there. All those, the Brayburn, Golden Delicious, yes, were apples. PB is lead. There are 14 episodes of The Office. Black donates the Northern Line. Richard II followed Richard I, followed Henry II. And yellow comes after red. So red, yellow, green, brown, blue, black. No, red, yellow, red, yellow, green, brown, red, yellow, green, brown, blue, pink, and black. That's how the order goes. Yes, I'm thinking of the Chaz and Dave song, but there you go. So those interesting titles, If You Leave Me, I'll Delete You, is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. The Crazy Adventure of the Airplane was Airplane. His invention makes him very famous. His large invention makes him his powerful invention makes him very famous. It's actually Boogie Nights, believe it or not. The Crystal Jungle is Die Hard. It's describing the skyscraper. The Sixth Sense, he's a ghost. Yep, big spoiler there. And Sexy Dance is Step Up. So your answers for those stage names: Lady Gaga, Meatloaf, Pink, George Michael, Bono, and Lord. I think everyone would have got Bono there, but the Pink one was pretty difficult, and so was Lord actually. But there you are, round 3, all the music answers. So Lady Gaga, Meatloaf, Pink, George Michael, Bono, and Lord. Your US presidential election special. So the first ever television event or debate was JFK and Nixon. Don't Stop Thinking About Tomorrow was the campaign song played for Bill Clinton. Mitt Romney was defeated by Barack Obama in 2012. Geraldine Ferraro was the first female vice president candidate. She went up with Walter Mondale against Ronald Reagan in 1984 and sadly did not get elected. As we all know, Sarah Palin back in 2008 was the very, very high profile one, and Kamala Harris this year. To date, no woman has, apart from Hillary Clinton, has ran for the White House as president. Donald Trump is the oldest man to be ever elected president. Interesting. And Florida is where that contentious vote went down. So those leagues, so which teams play where? So Fulham play in the Premiership, Bolton play in League 2, that's all the way down there. Hearts play in the Scottish Championship, having been relegated a couple of seasons ago, I think last season. QPR play in the Championship themselves as well, just below the Premiership. Juventus play in Serie A, and the Swiss Super League is where BSG Young Boys play. So those four capital cities which the Danube run through, and those are Vienna, Bratislava, Budapest, and Belgrade. Myanmar is the capital. It was moved from Rangoon in 2006. Reykjavik is the most northern capital city in the world. Wellington of New Zealand. So Reykjavik in Iceland and Wellington, New Zealand, the most southerly. South Korea is going to move its capital city by 2030. You heard it here. And Armagh is the ecclesiastical capital of Ireland. Pop art is number 1. The statue of David is in the Academia Gallery. Georgia O'Keeffe was the American artist in number 3. Edward Munch was Norwegian. And the actual Norwegian title is Skrik. Anyway, Piet Mondrian is the Dutch artist I was talking about. And there are 4 people in the Nighthawks painting. There it is. You know the one I'm talking about. 4 people. So you've got the barman, the man sitting on his own, and the figures sitting at the cafe as well. But it always meant to evoke loneliness, but I think the loneliness is actually the viewer themselves looking in at the painting. It's okay, enough of my art moment. And finally, those dinosaurs. You got the T-Rex, the Stegosaurus, the Triceratops, the Velociraptor, the Brachiosaurus, and the Dilophosaurus is the final one there. Okay, that's it for now. Time is coming right up to 9 o'clock this Friday night, 16th of October. Sure, where else would you be? The pubs are closed. Anyway, thank you so much for playing the Big One World virtual quiz brought to you by the One World Festival. Absolute honor to be asked to take part in this year, and I hope to be doing it next year as well, hopefully in a live capacity at some point. But yes, I very much enjoyed taking part tonight and putting this quiz together. Big thanks to Karine and Lucy for helping me get me involved with it. And like yes, I said, there's plenty of stuff coming up. If you go to their website, oneworldfestivalni.com, there's more events over the next 2 days, bringing the festival up to the 18th of October. Thank you so much for taking part. I'll see you all again. I'm doing my next big quiz, Big Nerd Quiz, on Sunday. and hope to see you all again soon. Thanks for playing again, live on harborsideradio.com on the 18th of October, and on my YouTube channel, and on my Facebook channel. You know where to get me on all the different social medias. There's the links to the PayPal and everything. Do stay in touch, and hope to see you all again soon. Have a very safe weekend, and look after yourselves, guys. Take care, and good night.